y'all, welcome back. Today I wanted to show you a technique that you could use with either a natural eye or a dramatic eye. I do this on my clients all the time and they love this. I usually tone it a little bit more down for my clients just because most of them never wear makeup, so I don't want to scare them with a whole lot of color. I'm choosing bold colors today. That's why my look is going to look a little bit more dramatic, but I promise if you use this technique and you use a natural palette, because I've used this technique with the ColourPop Dream Street palette with Kathleen Light. I did the same technique with those shades and got the same thing but more of a natural everyday kind of feel. Alrighty, so we're just gonna jump right into the video. The first thing I'm gonna do is my brows. I'm using my CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow and this is in the shade Soft Brown. I'm going to do my brows bushy. I actually already recorded this video, guys, but when I went to go edit, the whole time I'm doing my eyeshadow, I am out of focus. So I'm just brushing my brows through. And I do want some nice bushy brows, so I'm bushing them up. Once I've gotten here, I'll go in with my MAC concealer. And then we're just gonna go ahead and fill in the lid as well. While we're at it, once we are here, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying the eyeshadows. The first palette that we are going to be using is this BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. We're gonna open it up and use this shade right here on a Morphe M433 brush, and this is gonna be our transition shade. I'm applying this right in my crease and blowing it upwards. What I like to do, because it flatters most of everyone, is just follow your natural crease shape. So what I'll do is I'll take some of the eyeshadow, find my crease, add the brush in there. In circular motions, I'll just wiggle that into my crease and slightly bring my brush up a little more just so that I can blend it out. Once we are here, we're gonna go right back to the Take Me Back to Brazil palette and use this red right here. And I'm still using the same Morphe M433 brush. I'm gonna add that right in my crease. And this time, I'm not gonna bring the color up as high as the orange. I'm gonna bring it up right below that orange and blending it out. So I'm just keeping my brush a little bit more snugged into my crease while blending. Add some more of this red and I'm gonna darken this up and still blending it at the same time, keeping it in the same area. I just want this red to be nice and vibrant. I'm going in with a more fluffier dome shape blending brush and I'm adding that transition shade, which is that really light orange, and I'm blending out the edges. Now that we are here with our eyeshadow, this color is going to be one of our deepest shades that we're going to add on our eyes. I'm taking the Jaclynhill palette by Morphe and I'm using the shade Jax on this Crown C433. I know y'all, okay? I got the Morphe M433. I got really excited about the brush because it works so good. I went out and bought other brushes that were kind of like it to see if I can find a better one or if this is, you know, what it is. But so far, the Morphe M433 is like no other. But this brush works perfectly for what I am doing. I'm just taking the shade Jax and I'm applying this on my outer corner, but I'm literally just following my outer corner crease and lightly applying it first, and then I'll go in and start blending out the edges and bringing that in a little more. And once we've gotten here, I'll go back in with my Take Me Back to Brazil palette and use the shade we put in our transition. And this is gonna blend out Jax a lot better. Now we're keeping this blend really tight in the crease. We're not gonna blend this darkness up too high. So I'm gonna be going back and forth between Jax and this red shade just so that I can get the perfect blend that I want. Alright guys, so once we got the blend right here, I want to go ahead and clean up the lid with my concealer brush and a little bit more of my concealer. And I'm going to take my brush and run it through the concealer, but I'm going to kind of take some off where it's only going to apply a little amount, and that's applying a little too much, and I'm lightly tapping the shade on my lid and feathering out the edges because I don't want any harsh lines in this look. Once we get about here, we're gonna go ahead and add the lid shades on. I'm gonna take the Douce palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to use the shade Tarte, and I'm gonna add that right on my lid. My brush is kind of wet, y'all. I would suggest using the shade wet, and I'm literally just gonna tap the color on just like I tap on the concealer. And once we are here, I'm gonna go back to the Jaclynhill palette and use the shade Twerk, and I advise you to also use the shade Wet because they give more of a metallic finish. It's really pretty. And just tap the shade. Shimmer shades are a lot more easier to blend together, and they just melt together. With this step, what I used to use was my NYX Matte Black liquid liner, but since I want to smudge out this black, the liquid liner isn't going to do that because of its texture. Once you go to blend out the liner, it will leave smudges in the eyeshadow, and that's not what you want. What I found that works is by using a gel liner. This one is the Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black, and I'm just gonna start from the middle because I kind of want a thick liner, and I'm gonna bring it up as if I'm creating a liner. I'm gonna stop it right here, kind of start creating my liner, and I'm gonna spread it all the way in the back. Then with a matte black shadow, I am using Abyss from the Jaclynhill palette. It doesn't matter what black eyeshadow because this isn't the best black eyeshadow. Huda Beauty's Textured Eyeshadows palette, the Rose Gold edition, they have a shade called Black Truffle, and that is a really black. I have that in my kit, but either way it's still gonna be nice and black because you're using the black gel liner under. So I'm just gonna smudge out the gel liner, and I'm gonna keep this in that little C shape that we created with our eyeshadows. And I'm not bringing this anywhere above my crease. I'm keeping all of this in the outer corner. Once I do that, I'll go back in with Jax, and I'll add that right on top. I'm gonna start blending out that black. This is also gonna help with our smokiness. This is gonna add a lot of depth. Okay, I want to add some more pops of color onto this eye look. I'm taking this Peaches and Creams Cosmetics pigment in Fantasy. It looks like this, which is like an iridescent purple shade. I feel like if I apply it on top of Tarte right now, it's just gonna blow minds. That's how I feel. So I'm gonna go in with some of my NYX glitter glue. I'm gonna add a little bit of this on my brush, just like what I did to my concealer. I am doing to this glue, and I'm tapping this on my lid, dipping into Fantasy, applying that right on top. Wow, look how amazing. I love it. It's super dope. I cleaned off my shader brush, and I'm just dipping into Fantasy a little bit, tapping it off and kind of like tapping the shades on the harsh lines and dragging them down just to kind of like disturb that moment it's having in there. I'm taking my Tarte Pro glitter liner in rose gold in rose gold, and I'm taking this metallic shade and I'm adding that right on top of this liner. And then for my brow bone, I'm going to use the shade Puffs in this palette, and I'm going to add that right on my brow bone. And I'm lightly adding this to my brow bone because I don't want it to overpower my transition shade. I'm just going to go ahead and add my foundation off camera just to save some time, y'all. My foundation and my powders have not changed, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have my base down, which is my foundation, concealer, powders, and bronzers. I figured since I am changing my blush, I will show you guys the blush since I'm not using my everyday blush. I'm taking this Tarte Genius shadow first, which is like a purpley mauve shade, and I'm lightly adding this over my cheeks. And because I wanted some of the pinky tones to show through, I don't want it to be so cool on my cheeks. I'm gonna take this CoverGirl Cheekers and the number 150, and I'm adding that lightly right on top on the apples of my cheeks, just to give that pinky. And to add the sheen that I want, I'm going in with my Milani Luminoso blush, taking a little bit of that and going right over it. You see the little sheen that it gives? Very subtle, very pretty. I like that. And for highlighter, I'm taking my Smolder Cosmetics loose highlighter in the shade Moonstone. I'm taking what is left on the top and I'm adding that right on my cheeks. And I'm doing a subtle highlight with this purple today, like this, down the bridge of my nose, a little on my cupid's bow, but not too much because I don't want it to create a gray shadow. Once we're here, guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish with the eyes, so I'm gonna bring the camera down a little further. Now for my under eye, I'm gonna go back in with this red shade from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I'm gonna add this on my lower lash line with a pencil brush and bring it all the way in and kind of blend that a little further down under your eye, because we're going to start adding some smoke under our eye now. Then I'm going to take a black liner, add the black liner under my eye. I'm not being very precise with this at all. And then with this paintbrush that I grew fond of, I'm going to go back in with the shade Abyss from the Jaclynhill palette and pretty much smudge out my liner with this brush. With some of Jack's, I'm gonna add that at the bottom and bring it up. And then with the Morphe M433 brush, I'm taking that bright orange shade. I'm dragging that literally right under and blending the whole thing out under there. Once we've gotten here, we're gonna go back in with the Jaclynhill palette, use the shade Pool Party, spray that with some water real quick, because these shades do need water for them to be really bright. And I'm gonna add that literally right in my inner corner, drag it up a little, and just so I can a little better, I'm gonna go in with some black on my tight line and add some mascara as well. What I really like about these eyes is that the smoke is really compact to the eyes. I like to keep the smoke really deep in the eye and leave the rest open, just so it doesn't seem like too much on the eye and it gives more of a flattering look on the eye. The lashes I'm using today are from Biscuit Lashes, and I'm using the style Ginger Bit. I really love these lashes, y'all. They really look like mink lashes, because I believe they're faux mink lashes, but you could fool me, okay? You could fool me. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and apply that with my finger. Y'all, I'm having like some weird feeling about my nails. Like, I don't want to go get them done with acrylic anymore. I want them to be natural. So I'm gonna pop all of these off, and I'm just gonna go natural nails, y'all. Just paint them. Just get a manicure and get them painted. I don't want nails on. Now I'm gonna push it up just so that the lashes have that lifted look. And for lips today, what we're gonna do is line our lips with a nude. I'm using the Sephora Nothing But Nude lip liner. Once I'm done with that, I'll go in with this Maybelline Super Matte Ink Liquid Lip in Poet. And I'm going to take a lot of this off the brush because I want a light layer of this, and blend this in with a lip liner. And then right on top of this, to give it more of a pop, I'm going in with MAC Snob. And I'm literally just tapping it on. And the last thing I'm going to do is set my face, and I'm using my Milani Make It Last setting spray. Alright guys, and this look is complete. Thank you all so much for staying tuned and watching me show you how to use some simple techniques to get a dramatic eye. Remember, with this technique, you can use this with any color eyeshadow. And this will kind of give you pretty much the same effect. It won't be as dramatic if you're going to go for the browns and for the golds. And show you what it would look like on more natural. Using browns instead of using a whole bunch of colors, it will come out very natural. And I feel like this will work for a lot of you girls, especially ones who don't know how to come out the comfort zone. Coming from something very natural with no smoke to going into smoke, I think this is a great technique to work on. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also comment down below and let me know what you thought. Follow me on all my social media. I have Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. It's all at Santina Marie. Also, if you would like to see more videos from me, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Come join the party, y'all. We are here on every Monday. And until next time, guys, see you later.